You stopped waiting. That was the hardest thing you ever did. You stopped checking your phone at midnight. You stopped searching the last conversation for the exact moment everything went quiet. You stopped leaving the door open just a little, just in case he remembered the way back. You chose yourself, quietly, painfully, without anyone watching, without anyone knowing how much it cost you. And then, without a single warning, he is back. A message, a call, maybe just a silent view on your story. A ghost of presence that tells you he has been watching from a distance this whole time. And just like that, everything you so carefully folded away tears open again. The hope you buried, the questions you silenced. The version of you that still remembers exactly how it felt when he was yours. Before you respond, before you let hope speak, before you let the ache make this decision for you. You need to understand the only true reason a man comes back after months of silence. And what it reveals will change the way you see yourself in this moment forever. What you are feeling right now is not weakness. It is not proof that you haven't healed enough or moved far enough forward. It is proof that what you shared was real, that it was deep, that it was the kind of love that doesn't dissolve just because someone chose silence over staying. When a genuine bond forms between two people, it doesn't live only in the mind. It lives in the body, in the nervous system, in the quiet moments when a song, a smell, a certain stillness in the evening air brings it all back without asking your permission. That is not weakness. That is the biology of loving someone with your whole heart. And here is what you must hold before anything else. His silence was never a measurement of your worth. It was a measurement of his readiness, his capacity, his fear. Not one moment of that silence was about you being too much, too emotional, too present, too loving, too deep. You were never the problem in this story. You were the rare thing, the thing he didn't know how to hold. But there is a reason he is back. One true reason underneath all the others. And it is more humbling than most people will ever admit. Stay with me. When he went silent, he carried a story in his mind. A story where moving on would be simpler than expected. Where the distance would feel like freedom. Where something better must have been waiting just past the edge of what you two were. For a while he believed that story completely. He told it to himself in the mornings. He told it to himself when the quiet got loud. But reality has a way of dismantling the stories we use to justify walking away from something real. Every new conversation he had was measured against the depth of yours. Every new connection was quietly held up against the specific warmth of your presence. And nothing measured up. Not quite. Not really. Not in the way that mattered. The mind began a slow, reluctant return. Not dramatic. Not sudden. Just a quiet accumulating recognition that what he walked away from was not a starting point. It was a standard. He is not back because something new failed him. He's back because your presence set an emotional bar that nothing else in his life could clear. But that is only the surface. What lives underneath it is the truth that will either give you everything you need or break your heart wide open. Keep listening. Here is the truth that sits at the center of every return after long silence. He has finally felt what losing you actually costs. Not thought about it, felt it. There is a kind of clarity that only arrives through real absence. Not the absence of conflict, not the absence of tension, but the absence of you, your specific warmth. The way you listened without building a case. The way you saw him, not the version he performed for the world, but the version that was uncertain and tired and real. He tried to replace that, perhaps in new connections that began with promise and then quietly went flat. Perhaps in distraction and movement and telling himself each morning that he was fine. And then one day, the understanding arrived. What you gave was not general. It was not something he could find again in someone new. It was specific to who you are, to the rarity of what you carry, to the particular quality of your love. The grief of understanding too late what something was truly worth is one of the most devastating feelings a human heart can hold. That is the weight behind his return. He is not back lightly. He is back carrying the full, humbling cost of the silence he chose. If these words are landing somewhere true inside you, hit that like button right now and subscribe so the next insight finds you exactly when you need it. You are not alone in this. You never have to be. But before you open that door, before you let hope become a decision, you need to hear the part that most people skip entirely. Not every return is what it appears to be. Some men come back carrying genuine change. They come back softer, more accountable, more present. There is a weight to it. A texture you can feel, something that takes up real space instead of just filling silence. But some men come back simply because the quiet became uncomfortable. Because loneliness felt louder than growth. Because reaching out was easier than doing the real work of becoming someone worthy of you. The difference matters more than anything else right now. Genuine change doesn't announce itself. It shows up in the small things, in the way he holds the conversation, in whether he comes with understanding or only with need, in whether he sees you or only reaches for what you made him feel. You have spent months building an instinct about this man. That instinct was paid for with real pain. It has earned the right to speak. Trust it more than you trust the ache. Trust it more than you trust the hope. Because what comes next will ask everything of you, and you deserve to walk into it with your eyes open. There is one more layer to this that runs deeper than any choice he consciously made. Your bond left something in him that months of distance could not touch. When two people love each other with real depth, the heart doesn't simply move on when contact stops. It goes quiet, it goes still, but it does not forget. What wakes it is never dramatic. It is a song that carries a feeling he can't explain. A Tuesday evening with a specific kind of emptiness. A dream he didn't choose to have where you were still there. Silence doesn't erase what the heart has already learned to recognize as home. It only suspends it. And when it surfaces, as it always does, the pull back toward you doesn't feel like a decision. It feels like something he already knew. Something that was always there beneath everything else he tried to put in its place. He didn't just think about you occasionally. He returned to you in the quiet, in the dark, in the spaces between everything else. And now he is standing at the door he once walked away from. What you do next belongs entirely to you. Whatever you decide, hold this close. His return is not proof that you need him. It is proof that you were worth returning to. And those are not the same thing. They are not even close to the same thing. You did not become more valuable when that message arrived. You were already this valuable. You were always this valuable. The woman who loved without armor, without conditions, without holding back the best of what she was. That was never your mistake. That was your gift. And gifts of that quality are rare in this world. They are the kind of rare that a person only fully understands after spending months living in the absence of it. After trying to replace it and discovering they cannot. After the contrast became undeniable and the loss became a weight he carries in every quiet room. You were never too much. You were exactly enough for someone who was not yet enough for you. Let that distinction protect you. Let it stand between you and every decision made from longing instead of love. So here is what you do with this moment. You do not respond from the ache. You do not respond from old patterns. You do not respond from the wound his silence carved into you, or from the part of you that still wants him to be everything you once believed he could be. You respond. If you respond at all from your worth, from the steady, unshakable knowledge of who you are and what you have survived, and what you have quietly, beautifully become in every month he was absent. The right person for you will not need silence to understand your value. They will not need the contrast of losing you to recognize what they are holding. They will show up before the absence teaches them what your presence costs. His return tells you something true about him. Let your response tell him something true about you. Whatever door you open or keep closed, let that decision come from the clearest, most honest, most loving knowledge of your own worth. You are someone worth choosing every single day, without the silence, without the waiting, without the cost.